This is Daryl
And Erin
on Travel with D&E. One of the towns where we stayed and explored the surrounding areas while on our epic Arizona trip was Sedona and the Cottonwood area. We went off to explore the Montezuma Castle and Montezuma Wells National Monuments. The Montezuma Castle National Monument is a set of well-preserved dwellings located near Camp Verde, Arizona, which were built and used by the Sedona people, a pre-Columbian culture closely related to the Hohokam and other indigenous peoples of the southwestern United States between approximately AD 1100 and 1425. The Montezuma Castle is a 5-story, 20-room mud and stone structure dating from around 1100 AD, built into a cavity in the limestone cliff face about 80 feet above the valley floor by the prehistoric Sedona people. It took about 3 centuries to complete. The Montezuma Castle is located in the Verde Valley of central Arizona, south of Sedona in Cottonwood, where our B&B for this leg of this trip was located. It's located at Montezuma Castle Road, Camp Verde, Arizona. It's located 11 miles from the Montezuma Wells National Monument. The closest town is Camp Verde, Arizona.
What's the history behind the Montezuma Castle? The dwellings were declared a U.S. National Monument on December 8, 1906, as a result of the American Antiquities Act by President Theodore Roosevelt. Montezuma Castle was added to the National Registry of Historic Places on October 15, 1966. It was the third national monument dedicated to preserving Native American culture. Montezuma Castle is situated about 90 feet up a sheer limestone cliff facing the adjacent Beaver Creek, which drains to the perennial Verde River just north of Camp Verde. It is one of the best preserved cliff dwellings in North America, in part because of its ideal placement in a natural alcove that protects it from exposure to the elements.
Access into the structure was most likely limited by a series of portable ladders, which made it difficult for enemy tribes to penetrate the natural defense of the vertical barrier. Perhaps the main reason the Sedona chose to build the castle so far above the ground was to escape the threat of natural disaster in the form of the annual flooding of Beaver Creek. During the summer monsoon season, the creek frequently breaches banks, inundating the floodplain with water. The Sedona recognized the importance of these floods to their agriculture, but likely also the potential destruction it presented to any structure built on the floodplain. Their solution was to build a permanent structure in the high recess supported by the limestone cliff. The walls of Montezuma Castle are examples of early stone mortar masonry, constructed almost entirely from chunks of limestone found at the base of the cliff, as well as mud and or clay from the creek bottom. The ceilings of the room also incorporated section timbers as part of a roof thatching, obtained primarily from the Arizona sycamore, a large hardwood tree native to the Verde Valley.
Don't miss the smaller, much less preserved complex known as Castle A. About 50 feet west of the main dwelling, the paved path terminates at the location before looping around, so it's easy to find. This ruin is believed by archaeologists to be larger than the original dwelling, with a whopping 45 rooms. Castle A was also constructed up the face of the cliffs east of the castle in a series of terraces. Unfortunately, Castle A was not as well protected from the elements as the main dwelling, so it's really succumbed to erosion.
What to expect while on the trail? The castle itself is really only a short 2-minute walk along an easy 3rd-mile paved nature trail, which leads past the ruins and loops back along Beaver Creek. The entrance fee is $10 per person. That also includes the Montezuma Well, so you want to kind of package those together. Hours are Sunday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Please note that the park gate is 1 mile from the visitor center and closes at 4:45 p.m. Montezuma Well, which we enjoyed even more, is about 11 miles down the road from Montezuma Castle. The visitor center at Montezuma Castle has information for both places. Erin and I love history and we love being outdoors. The Montezuma Castle National Monument combined with the stop at the Montezuma Well National Monument was well worth a visit. Both national monuments are fairly close to each other, so that works out very well from a timing standpoint. If you like this content, you're really going to enjoy the Wapatki National Monument video and all the other epic Arizona trip videos to help you plan your next trip with your significant others. Thanks for watching, and as always, we will see you on the next video.